Dela Rite, my MVVs, welcome. So we got a report that, something very dramatic happened in the palace. That, the jewel has been on and off the palace, right? Recently, it's been, ritual here, ritual there. So she's been coming and going. Now, her villa is, under a lot of, they are working on it and all of that. So they said when she got into the palace, she was headed towards her villa. When something happened, they said gospel brought her a white carpet, to walk through as a show of solidarity, okay? They said when that happened, immediately gospel kept that white carpet. The jewel moved away from the white carpet and walked on normal ground to where she was going. Now, they said it was a short white carpet, a carpet that would be in the size of a wrapper, okay? Now, she was showing her support. That act is symbolic. They are traditional people. They know everything has a meaning in that palace. So, for her, everybody knows that she has not been supporting the jewel. Even though recently she has been quiet, she has not opposed the jewel, okay? She has not been antagonistic towards the jewel. After that, immunity removal, I think she became very quiet. She kind of had to just mind her own side, right? But this whole thing happened when the jewel stepped out of, Dr. Sapphire's house and she was going towards her villa, okay? Everyone could feel something different in the atmosphere. They said the air carried a quiet reverence, the kind that came whenever she made a public move after days of silence. She had not spoken to anyone since the last palace meeting that nearly turned into chaos. People had been whispering about her, some out of concern, others out of fear. But that morning, she looked calm, dressed in a simple white robe that made her appear even more radiant under the sun, okay, the early sun. So, what had gone round that a cleansing rite would be performed for her that day? It wasn't a palace ceremony. It's something deeper, personal, spiritual, and symbolic, okay, that has to do with Ofarende. The jewel wanted her, she just wanted to step in so that we'll finish the cleansing, then she will go away, go back to where she was coming from. They say as she stepped out of Dr. Sapphire's apartment and she was walking towards her villa, they are doing a lot of decor on her villa and all of that. Apparently, she wanted to stop by there so she can see what was happening there. They said just close to her entrance, that was when gospel came with a white carpet, like fluffy, very fluffy carpets and all of that, and put for her to pass. Now, a lot of people are saying maybe gospel wanted to do something, gospel wanted to try something. You and I know that right now they cannot even try anything. But they said she stepped away and walked out of the carpet, like she didn't walk through the carpet. They said that act of putting a carpet for her to pass is symbolic. It's a way of telling the entire world that she's making peace. She doesn't have anything against her. She's welcoming her. It's her own way of saying, welcome back home. We love you and all of that. But the jewel did not give her the time of day. The jewel did not look at her. They said the jewel did not even as much as smile at her. The jewel just went her own corner and just passed and left the carpet. They say gospel was so dumbfounded. She was standing there and all of that. But a lot of people are asking, what was gospel expecting? Was gospel actually expecting her to start smiling and dancing and saying, okay, welcome, thank you and all of that? No. Once beaten, 1 million times shy. That's what a lot of people are saying. Now, they said that was not the first one. No? They said gospel had felt as though the jewel was in a hurry when she was walking into the villa, and that was why the jewel didn't pass through there. They said before the rite began, a small crowd had gathered quietly at the courtyard. Palace servants, a few loyal attendants, and women from the temple stood steady. Then, in a gesture that took everyone by surprise again, one of the most respected figures from the royal household and a man known for his devotion to the jewel arrived carrying a large white carpet rolled neatly in his arm. He didn't send servant to do it. he came himself. He placed the carpet gently on the ground, stretching it from the villa entrance all the way to the open courtyard where the rite would begin. The white carpet was spotless, thick, and soft. It shone under the morning light like snow. As he laid it out, he turned briefly towards the jewel and bowed. Okay? Now, it was a moment no one expected. The act spoke louder than what a public declaration that he stood with her in the palace gesture meant more than, speeches for him to personally bring a white carpet and lay it before her. Now, this man, they said, is an elder, and they said this elder is also related to the great lion. When that thing happened that the jewel did not pass there, they said they repeated the same symbolic act again and brought it again to where they were doing the ritual. But this time it wasn't gospels, it was another person, okay? So basically they have been trying to show, respect and love and welcome the jewel as much as they can. And the jewel chooses what to do. But they said this one from this man, the jewel stepped on it and passed. Now, a lot of people were wondering, is that part of the ritual or what was that? And what was the one that gospel wanted to do? But we have heard right now, they said what gospel did was that it was this man's idea that, there are so many different ways of welcoming a person after so much animosity, right? And one of such is, putting a white carpet for them to pass, to show them that you welcome them, to show them that you have nothing against them, to show them that you want them to come, you want them to stay, and all of that. So they said the idea had been there. Basically, they said the one that this man did was, the man was representing, the Gaisino family, right? But gospel, the one that gospel did was representing herself. And the jewel did not pass. The jewel did not even look at her. The jewel was not interested. The jewel does not want to have anything to do with them. You see gospel, you see Ikbi, you see Ebony. These three, most especially, the jewel does not want to have anything to do with them. The jewel does not want their paths to even cross. The jewel is not interested in them because the jewel feel like they are unrepentant, that if they have the smallest chance, they will still do the same thing that they did to her over and over again. And they said that happens to be the reason why the jewel doesn't want to have anything to do with them. So gospel own, when the jewel did not walk through that carpet, they said it was very embarrassing. The matter is that the jewel did not even answer. The jewel did not even wave. No eye contact. The jewel was not even interested. The jewel acted as if gospel was not even there. They said it became a very embarrassing moment for gospel, and she was just standing there. She was so dumbfounded. This is what we are hearing. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and shouldn't be seen as fact.